conviction into the most intolerable arrangements. I watched the steam rising from our cups. I heard a train, bound for the sheds, picking up speed along the rickety tracks. The radio buzzed vaguely in one of the black corners of our room. Consider the unlucky housefly born to die in this room, never to know more of life. My brother struggled to his feet and searched the dark corners of the room, cursingly, for his boots. I wrapped the tea box carefully in a canvas sack and pushed it to the bottom of our work bag. I put the fuse I had made from the laundry cord in my pocket and gave the box of matches to my brother, as a precaution. We made our way to the execution. The streets were filling up with the other civil servants, all of us pouring out of our gray holes into the austere blue light of the city in early autumn. Out of the catacombs, here we come, an army of the dead resurrected to pour the punch. Every few blocks my brother spat a wad of blood-soaked cloth from his mouth and replaced it with another. Whenever the heavy coil of rope began to hurt his shoulder, he shifted it to the other. I carried our work bag, the tea box knocking ominously, awkwardly against my leg. We hit the outer ring of heavy industry. The factories were operating at full power on Independence Day, and a thick white smoke chugged out of the old stacks and spread into a thin fog over the city. The factory courtyards were strewn with pink and yellow flowers blown from the embattled trees and ground into the asphalt by marching feet. The bedraggling of the living world come autumn. In the distance, I could see the high wall of the prison, and beyond that the black-green line of the river. The closer we marched to the heart of the city, the more beautiful the world was. The smell of the ash-dusted loaves of bread cooling in the bakeries, the crisp, clean autumn air, and the harmless bell tones of the shop doors opening and closing block after block. The halved blood oranges arrayed on wooden spikes by the fruit vendors, the cherry-red taillights of industrious trucks idling in the street, the roadside weeds capped with sweet little flowers. Even the garbage-eating birds were puffed up with health and self-love. Our luckier brothers and sisters swarming around us now, bright-faced and in a rush, chugging out plumes of phantom breath as they hurried toward the park. Boys and girls were chasing after the cake carts as they rumbled down the street, the police horses shaking their harnessed heads, jostling the silver-threaded tassels braided into their forelocks for Independence Day. Whenever a young woman passed, a surge of atmosphere, perfume or powder, and my brother would turn his head to watch her go, a deposed king sniffing the air, dragging his chains. I carried our work bag. My brother hauled our rope. Young women watched us indifferently. Two civil servants doing their work. I've shifted our work bag on my shoulder and felt the reassuring knock of the gunpowder box. My brother and I climbed into the great tree and out onto the Reynolds branch. As someone with a lifelong interest in the theater, I'm an artist myself. I'd already spent long hours thinking about Reynolds, the man who had carved his name into the living wood. Why'd he done it? Motivation. Had they hung him for his act of vandalism, or had he been the hangman? Backstory. I touched the raised scar of Reynolds' name for luck as I crawled over it. Poor Reynolds, whoever he was. In our world, his name meant death. My brother stowed the coil of rope, and I wedged our work bag carefully between two smaller branches. I could smell burned sugar and woodsy smoke, as if secret, smoky fires had been lit in the damp woods. The last of the icing pots being doused. I watched the families, those inviolate clusters of serene and healthy human beings who practice their craft in the spacious workshop of the family home and whose members boast expertise in all extremes: jealousy, resentment, devotion, concern.